So this is a teaser, proof of concept that I made for a feature film script that I wrote called Dirty Boy. I'm going to have a look at it and talk you through the film and how I made it for less than £500 and how I plan to use that 5-minute proof of concept teaser. Okay, so we're going to watch this 5-minute teaser, which I made as a proof of concept for this strange movie. But I think it's a good movie. It's a psychological thriller about a young man who has multiple personality disorder, and he's also trapped within a very strange cult. So it already sounds weird. And I remember I showed it to one producer who was really interested in working with me anyway. But he said, I don't know, I don't really get it, I don't get it. And so that, because I get it in my head, I see it. And I'm sure that many of you with your scripts, you really see it. But I think sometimes a lot of the people in the business, they need to be shown what it's like. So I basically made the first 5 minutes of the movie. It sort of opens and you'll see. And we're thrust into this world of well, his madness, but also some strange goings on downstairs. And I hope that when you've watched those 5 minutes, it leaves you wanting more, wanting to know what's going on. That was my intention for it. So I'm going to shoot another couple of these proof of concepts for 2 other scripts that I have. One is a sci-fi vampire psychological thriller. The other one's a kind of very old-fashioned grindhouse type brutality movie. Yeah, I think that's going to be good, that one. But anyway, without further ado, should we just watch it and I'll talk you through it. There's also another video, and I'll put the link in somewhere up here where you can just watch it without my annoying droning voice over the top of it. But in the meantime, you'll have to make do with it. All right, here we go. Dirty Boy. Oh, you dirty boy. I'm going to be looking, yeah, whatever. Here goes. So this is a great actor that I worked with, Harry Jardine, and I worked with him on in the West End and in Shakespeare in Love. Fantastic actor. So this location cost me a couple of £100. It's the attic of the top of a pub. And here he is going through his kind of different sound. So a lot of what we wanted to play with was sound here and quick cutting. And here he is. He's talking to himself. You know, this is starting to display his multiple personality disorder.
You freak. Puzzle. Weirdo. Psycho.
And what was great about this actor is he just goes for anything you say, like just, you know, and I could give terrible direction, like just do something crazy, which is a rubbish piece of direction. This I like, this bit. We used a lot of that masking. 2 shot. I didn't intend to shoot it like that, but it just worked out that they were. I had 2 shots where they weren't crossing over each other in the frame, and I could have him talking to himself. Probably a little long, this section. Trim it down a bit. Here he's comes to his senses. Sense of time passing. There's some cod screamy sound effects here, like 70s horror. And we had some music that the guy gave us, and it was very intricate and beautiful, but we just slowed it down and reversed it and did some weird stuff with it in the edit. I really like this sound. So here we are. We discover his name, the fact that we will discover that he's locked in this place. doesn't really know who he is. And all this was shot on a Blackmagic Mini, by the way, which is fairly cheap but really good quality camera with some nice lenses on it. But you know, you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can see we made this for, I think it was 450 quid, including carrots.
Hello?
So those kind of brick walls, or just outside the window, weren't in my original script, but I thought it looked great. It looked almost like he was bricked into this place, which makes it even weirder. He was originally going to look out over sort of a load of woodland, but... So here we are, here's a knock. That's a very kind of horror shot. Shadows under the door. So I'm thinking they're thinking it's weird, and now they're thinking it's really weird. Oh.
Have you cooled down?
She's a good actress. Rosie Sheehy, her name is. Worked at the Royal Shakespeare Company a lot.
I took my pills.
You've been locked in here for a week, Isaac. Don't you remember? I'm breaking you out.
Yeah, so this sheep and lions thing is much. There's a whole Christian element to this cult, and I really like that imagery, and the masks as well, especially.
Where are we? Jesus Christ, Isaac. Pull yourself together. The alarms will go off. Just run towards the trees and don't look back.
I think I would like to pull the sound up. People need to really get this stuff, and I think
Go!
the sound mix isn't as good as it could have been. I still think it's a good looking film, but sound could be better here. That's me. And my lion mask. Freaky. And so now we hear this sort of like weird chanting of, well, cult-like chanting and more COD 70s screams. What's down there? What's down there? And I think that the great thing about that sort of stuff is you know, your imagination is always, or the audience's imagination is always more powerful than probably what is down there. So they're doing all the work now. And so the trick is not to show them too much, I guess. There he is, he's down there, about to walk into whatever horror awaits. Dirty boy. Yeah, so I'm pretty pleased with that as a proof of concept. I could do it better. You know, nothing's perfect in art, never is. Especially in filmmaking, you know, things never go the way you want it to, but the trick is, I think, to accept that it'll never be perfect and just go with that. It's fine, because one person's perfect is one person's imperfect is another person's perfect. So there's no point second guessing or worrying too much about that stuff, especially when you're on set. I find that I've worked with people and they strive for the perfect shot, but that's time being lost, and you'll always lose something else somewhere down the line, and that will become imperfect. So that's Dirty Boy, proof of concept. Let me know what you think in the comments, and of course, if you like the video and like it, and subscribe to the channel. You can also check out the film on its own without my rambling over the top. There you go, and see you again soon.